Today I'm going to show you how to super clean an engine like this. This is an inboard engine on a boat. We're going to be using a couple of things here. One, this is going to be a shop vac. We're going to use this to suck out stuff like this, all that little Dubinsky down in there, all this little Dubinsky up in here, little flakes of dirt and stuff. We're going to use the shop vac to shop vac that out. Then we're going to be using this engine degreaser to degrease all the degrease on this engine, and then we're going to come back and we're going to engine protect with the Shine. This is a great product, and we're going to be using this little brush right here to get this into all the little crevices so we can get in here and really clean up this engine really well. Special thank you to our sponsor of this video, wholesalemarine.com. Right now you can get a 10% discount on anything that you get on there. They have all kinds of stuff for your boat. If you use the coupon code BAB10 at the checkout using the links in the description below, there is no minimum purchase, and they have virtually everything that you could need for your boat. Check them out at wholesalemarine.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring the video, Wholesale. And now let's get to vacuuming all these little things out of the engine. Okay, so now that we've got most of it vacuumed out, we're gonna have to lay down some ground rules here. This is a degreaser, and there are certain parts on here that you're not gonna want to mess with. This is your valve covers that attach there, valve covers attached there, and the head's attached to the block here. So now there are gaskets all the way around here, but we're going to be spraying this with water when we get done. There are certain parts that you do not want to be blasting with water, like the intake, being the air intake, this carburetor, or components like this right here, which is the electrical components. You want to refrain from spraying those. Keep that dry. But the rest of it, we're going to do a light rinse. We're going to take the hose and give it a little sprinkle. So we're going to start with using the degreaser here. We're going to blast this. We can get all this stuff wet. It's fine if it gets wet. We just want it to dry out before we go try and use everything. But we can at least take this and come in here and give everything a nice little squirt, and then we can come back and start working in with our brush, and you can see the stuff is flying out. Now our next objective after we get done with this process is going to be able to clean this bilge, because a lot of stuff's going to go down there. But to start with, this is what we're going to start doing, is just doing a little Picasso here and painting our stuff. We're just, wiping degreaser around and getting the dirt off of everything. Try not to flick anything onto your carpet, because boats like this, you don't want to ruin your carpet. Obviously this carpet's not that great, but it does look good when I clean it, and that's been cleaned already, so you'll get to see that differently. But let me set up a different camera and I'll work my way all around this engine. I mean, all these things like the risers, all right here, all of these parts right here. Do not spray that with water. We're going to come back and kind of wipe that stuff off. All this right here, this can all get hit real good. All this down here, you can hit all this stuff and just give it a nice wipe down with the degreaser. All right, so we are already about 1,000,000 times better. Now this thing's from 1990, so it's not gonna ever look perfect, but the main thing is we're gonna get all this stuff off of our hoses and get our hoses and all that stuff cleaned off, and then our shines, since it's black, it's gonna make it shiny, which is gonna look good. But like this rust and stuff, we're not gonna be able to get rid of that. The only way to get rid of that is to take this whole thing apart, paint everything, and then yeah, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to make this thing look good for right now without having to take it out of the boat and take apart the whole engine, because a lot of people aren't going to want to do that. So this is just something that you can do, on the weekend to help prolong the life of your engine by keeping it clean and letting it breathe clean air and opposed to all this dirt and stuff that was on the engine. So I'm gonna keep working my way down around the front here. I got pretty much a lot of this cleaned up. I can spray down in here and get all that cleaned up. You do have to clean your brush every now and then. Just take it outside the boat and spray this out with stuff, because if not, you're just kind of like dragging the dirt around. And then also keeping a rag that you can also come back and wipe with the cleaner and help get a lot of the stuff that's like deep, like, because this rubber really holds dirt. So coming back and cleaning it with a rag, it's going to really get rid of all those rust spots that you're spreading around. And that is a very, very good looking engine for a 1990. Now I need to hit this one up a little bit more. I need to clean that a little bit more, wipe that one a little bit more. But other than that, I think we're ready to hit us with the shine. So we're just gonna be using engine protection shine. You just spray this on, wipe it all on, and that's pretty much it. This thing's going to look very, very pretty. Obviously we can do something with the metal here, like we can hit this with a metal polisher to make that shine a little bit more. But we do have the engine cover that goes on there, so you don't even ever see that. But let me go ahead and wipe this down a little bit more, finish cleaning that right there, and then we'll hit it with the shine. And there you go. That is a million times better than what it was. This thing is, I mean, beautiful. This is 1990, so we're talking 35 years old. It's fortunate that it has minimal rust on there. I mean, there is still a lot of rust, and like obviously these hoses are old, and you know, we did the best that we can. You can only do so much, but this looks extremely good. You want to try and keep the shine and stuff away from the belts, though. I forgot to mention that when I was spraying it. The cleaner, not so much, you don't have to worry about as much, but the shine, you don't want any kind of like, you don't want any kind of oil or slick, something that's slick or anything on these belts. It'll also deteriorate them and make them slip, which you don't want that. I could probably do another wipe session on the in here. I got a little excited in here, left some shine in there, but this looks ridiculously good for being a 1990. You can obviously do this as good as you want. You could do more, you could do less, you could take stuff apart, you could paint stuff, like if you really wanted to make something look really, really clean. But just a good cleaning, I mean, water, some degreaser, some shine to make it shine, make it pretty. You can get some other stuff for hoses, like you can polish the hoses up with different rubber materials, but that is going to get you, I mean, this is super clean. Compared to what it is, this is just super clean. So there you go. That's how you do an engine. Again, take the water, mist it on there, stay away from components like this, your distribution, this plug, shift. It's okay to get a little bit of water on there. Keep away from the intake. Holes like that, I don't know what that is, so stay away from that stuff. Water's gonna dry out. You just don't start your engine immediately after doing something like this, but you know, tomorrow when you start this thing, it's gonna be fine. I do need to put the flame arrestor back on and get that clean, but I can do that, and that'll be it for the cleaning of the engine.